Hi there and welcome back to my channel, and this video is going to be part 9 of my lockdown games. So last year I started a nice big gaming tower and I catalogued all the games that I finished, and we reached up to about maybe 42 games. So I've started again. The first 2 games here I finished just before Christmas. So we'll jump straight in. The first game that I did finish was Assassin's Creed Black Flag. This one here was 25p from Cash Generator, which was an absolute steal. So this game was produced, developed by Ubisoft in 2013. So the first time I seen this game was many years ago at my friend's house. I had to jump into his house until his game saved before we went to the pub. So that was the first time I seen it, and it was just, I remember him just running out of like a forest, a jungle, onto the beach, into the water and out to his boat, and then he went to his boat and sailed away, and then it auto-saved. But just that transition going from the jungle onto his boat, it was phenomenal. It really grabbed my attention. But it is just recently that I've got round to it and played it. So you take part, you assume the role of Edward Kenway, and I think he was a brilliant character. I think the supporting characters are brilliant as well. You've got like Blackbeard, Horny Gold, James Kidd. James Kidd's a cool character. Really good art for James Kidd. And you're looking for the observatory that holds lost treasures and things like that. So it's a really cool game, and being a pirate was brilliant. I loved the whole kind of pirate aspect of it. And a lot of the game is you play like naval combat within using your Jackdaw ship, sorry. And that is really good. Some of it can be really hard, like the legendary ships are so solid, so hard to beat. And even going after the kind of forts, that can be really hard as well. But it is really enjoyable, and you get lots of cool loot from the boats that you plunder, and then you can go back to your main kind of hub and build it up into a little pirate haven. The environments in the game, the graphics are brilliant. The environments are really nice to look at, gorgeously crafted. I think there's about, like 70 different locations in the game, and each location just looks absolutely stunning, and there's little nooks and crannies everywhere, so there's plenty of stuff to find. I've not found everything. I think I finished the game with a 57% completion rate, so that just tells you that there is loads and loads still to find in the game. The other cool thing is like the animations in the game are really good. The combat is cool. The animations, like walking through like crowded areas in the little villages and towns that you visit, is really well done. The combat feels a little bit like the Batman Arkham games. You know, we've got to time your attacks, time your counters and things like that. And just the way he reacts to the different attacks is really cool. This is the first Assassin's Creed that I've ever finished. So the thing I didn't really like about it was going back into the modern day to the Abstergo labs. Really, because it's the first Assassin's Creed game I've played, so I'm sure that going back to modern day kind of serves a purpose to the overall arc of the Assassin's Creed and the Secret Order and everything. But it just didn't really sit well with me. I enjoyed being Edward Kenway, and I enjoyed running around the different islands and looting different ships and ports and villages and things like that. That was really cool. But going back to the modern day just was kind of lost on me, and I just kind of tried to streamline my way through that just to get back to the sailing and the pillaging. That was really good. But yeah, the Assassin's Creed Black Flag is brilliant. I think the story is good, the graphics are great, the sound is brilliant. I mean, even when you're on the Jackdaw and you can zoom the camera a way out, bring the camera way back, and you just hear your your shipmates singing their shanties. That's a really good wee. It's quite relaxing actually. It's a good touch as well. But yeah, I think Assassin's Creed Black Flag is a top game. I really enjoyed it, and it kind of made me think about playing more Assassin's Creed games. And obviously I got Assassin's Creed Valhalla for Christmas, so I'm playing a lot of that at the moment. That's taking a lot of my time. I think I'm like 50 hours into that. But yeah, Black Flag, I absolutely loved it. I loved the characters, the story, the music, everything was top class in it. Now my second game couldn't be more different. It's not a big open game. It's a shooter. It's Sin and Punishment, Successor of the Skies for the Wii. And this game is, I've tried this game a long time ago and I didn't stick with it. And the reason I didn't stick with it is because I didn't like the looks of the characters. That's a silly reason, I know, but the look of the characters reminded me of that old movie Dark Crystal. I think it's a Jim Henson movie, which is weird because I really love Labyrinth movie, but the look of the characters kind of weirded me out a little bit. But I mean, the whole point of this game is shooting fast, frantic action. The storyline isn't its main selling point. I didn't really get to grasp with the storyline, to be honest, because I know there was an original game on the Nintendo 64. I don't think that came out in the UK. I think that was a Japanese game. Maybe it came out in the US, or maybe it came out in the Wii Virtual Store. I'm not too sure. But yeah, I've never played the first game, but I gave this a go, and once I got into it, it was brilliant. It was so addictive. The gameplay is an addictive style. It's fast and it's frantic and it's rock solid. I found it very hard, but I did manage to finish it, but I only finished one of the campaigns. So there's two characters in it. There's Issa, the young boy, and then there's Kachi, the young girl. So I haven't finished the young girl's scenario, but I do believe you need to do both scenarios to get the whole story, so maybe that's why I didn't really pick up on the story. So maybe I have to go back and finish off Kachi's story. Each of the characters have got different abilities. So Issa's got a charge shot that does major damage to a single enemy, and then Kachi's got a multi lock on. I've never played as her, so I'd imagine it was something kind of like the Panzer Dragon kind of style, where it locks onto different enemies and then it shoots out a burst of lasers. But yeah, I've never played as Kachi, but I think I need to finish off the story completely and appreciate it for what the story is. The bosses can be really hard. I know that I struggled in 2 of them, 3 of them maybe. Really tough. But the levels themselves are really cool. The viewpoint of the game is kind of like a Space Harrier kind of thing, where you kind of go around the screen and you shoot with the Wii remote. So it's really good with the controls. The controls are really fluid and they all make sense. Sometimes the viewpoint does change, but for the majority of the game it's kind of the Space Harrier kind of viewpoint. Sometimes it does go to side on, things like that. I've never tried the co-op. I know there's a co-op mode in it. I think that would be pretty cool to play it on co-op. But the wee man won't be able to play this game for sure, I know that. And nobody's allowed in the house to play with me, so single player it is only. And yeah, like I said, it can be really hard. It's a fast frantic game. Lots of bullets coming towards you, and there's different kind of medals you can get for doing certain tasks. I don't think I completed the game with a high kind of score, to be honest with you. I struggled through a lot of it, but I do think that I need to go back and finish it with Kachi to get the whole kind of story. But graphically, it's fine. It's really good for what it is. There's cool bosses, really inventive kind of battles. Some of the battles are really good, and yeah, the sound effects, the music, it's all very Japanesey, which is cool. Kind of like that. And if anyone's wanting a challenge or a kind of hard game to play, then Sin and Punishment, Successor, these guys, I would recommend it. But like I said, you need to finish it under the 2 different scenarios, I think, to get the whole story. So that was the first 2 games of my game tower. Hopefully I can get my tower a little bit higher, get him up to Cap's shield maybe or something before the year's out. But anyway, thank you very much for watching and listening to my drivel, and take care. Cheers.